What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90, and it is time for the Champions League round of 16 second leg predictions. Now, I did fairly well in the first leg. Let's have a little look back at these. So, for the Man United Psg game, I predicted that PSG would win 3-1. They actually won 2-0, so that was, you know, a fairly accurate prediction as far as all things were concerned. The Roma versus Porto game, I predicted Roma would win 2-1, and they did win 2-1, so that was perfect score prediction there. Ajax Real Madrid, I predicted that Real Madrid would win 3-1. They actually only won 2-1 in a game that Real Madrid would probably say they were quite lucky to get away with the win, so especially away from home, that was a very good result for them. The Tottenham-Dortmund game, I got wrong. I said Dortmund would win this one 2-1. Tottenham performed amazingly well and won 3-0. Admittedly, I didn't know that Marco Reus was out, but yeah, massive credit to Tottenham. Someone said I underestimated Tottenham in that game. I don't think I really underestimated Tottenham. I think Tottenham's last few Premier League games have kind of shown that. I just think I really overestimated Dortmund. I think that was why I really went wrong there. But Tottenham looking very, very likely to go through to the quarterfinals. Liverpool versus Bayern Munich, I predicted a 1-1 draw, and I was close enough. It was actually a 0-0 draw, so same result, just Liverpool weren't able to find the back of the net. It was a frustrating game to watch. Liverpool really struggled to actually put the ball in the net, so it'll be good news for them that they managed to beat Watford 5-0. Lyon Barcelona, what is going on there? Barcelona just didn't have their shooting boots apparently, and they couldn't score a single goal. I predicted a 3-2 win to Barcelona. It was a 0-0, so Lyon will be happy with that, I guess. But the fact is, they're not going to go to Barcelona and knock them out, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't see Lyon progressing any further in the competition. But then Barcelona go and beat Real Madrid 3-0 away. I don't know how they do in the La Liga fixture, because that hasn't happened yet. But I think it's the Copa del Rey, maybe, or something like that. It's another fixture. They won 3-0 against Real Madrid. So Barcelona obviously doing very well there. Messi's on fire. Atletico Madrid, Juventus, I predicted a 1-1 draw, and I actually I got it wrong. It was a 2-0 win to Atletico Madrid. Juventus really didn't turn up. Atletico Madrid looked like they wanted it more, and it's looking like Atletico Madrid might actually knock out one of the pre-tournament favourites in Juventus, which will be very interesting. Schalke against Man City, I predicted a 2-0 win to Man City, and what a game that turned out to be. 2 penalties in the first half for Schalke, and it was a great comeback from Man City, and it was a 3-2 win. So overall, first leg, the only real shockers I had, I guess, were the Tottenham-Dortmund game and the Lyon-Barcelona game, kind of, I guess, but that was just kind of, that was a weird game. But either way, we're moving on now to the second leg, kicking it off with Borussia Dortmund hosting Tottenham. Now, Marco Reus is back, I believe, and I'm going to go for a Dortmund win. I'm going to go, obviously, Tottenham have been in shaky form. You know what? I think Dortmund are going to actually be a bit better at home. I'm going to change my prediction from 2-1 to 3-1. 3-1 to Borussia Dortmund, which does leave the score to be 4-3 to Tottenham on aggregate, seeing Tottenham through to the quarterfinals. What an achievement that would be. So I think Dortmund on the night, Tottenham to progress thanks to their electrifying first leg performance. Real Madrid against Ajax, I'm actually going to go for the same scoreline that I did in the first leg. I'm going to go for 3-1 to Real Madrid, giving it a 5-2 aggregate score. I think Ajax are unfortunate to get Real Madrid, and they're actually unfortunate in the sense that Real Madrid have picked up in form. Over Christmas and stuff like that, they kind of dipped off a bit, and it's looking like La Liga is all but sealed for Barcelona. But Real Madrid really have started picking up, playing a bit better right around the time for the Champions League, and Ajax, although they're playing well, and they did play well against Real Madrid in the first leg at home, it's going away this time, and I just don't think that Ajax will have enough. So 3-1 to Real Madrid, and then a 5-2 aggregate on that one. Now, coming up, we have Porto against Roma in one of the closest, I would say, ties for the round of 16. And Roma, fortunately for them, have been picking up form lately. Porto have been performing solidly throughout. They did amazing in the group stage, albeit they were in a weaker group. And domestically, they're always doing extremely well. And I think at home, this is going to be a difficult game. And I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, sending Roma through 3-2 on aggregate. It'd be super cool if I could predict the correct score and therefore the aggregate for any one of these legs. That would be super cool, especially the Porto Roma one, because then I would have got both legs correct and the aggregate correct from the beginning. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, like I said, to send Roma through. The next game, PSG against Man United. Now, this is a different test for Man United. I don't think they're really as focused on the Champions League. I mean, obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the type of man to go for it. They're going to push hard, but Paul Pogba's not playing. He's been suspended, and they do have a fair amount of injuries that they need to worry about, and top 4 in the Premier League really must be a priority for them. And it's looking, to be honest, Arsenal are actually looking really good lately, and they're looking like they might be looking good for the top 4 spot. And, you know, Tottenham, if they keep dropping off, who knows what's going to happen. So I'm just going to go for another PSG win here. 2-0 once again to send PSG flying through 4-0 on aggregate. The next game is a very interesting one. Bit of a controversial prediction, actually. Juventus against Atletico Madrid. Juventus are definitely a lot better at home. Atletico Madrid are also not as good away as they are at home. At home, they are so dominant. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Juventus win on the night, sending Atletico Madrid through on away goals with a 3-3 aggregate. I'm fairly certain that's how these are decided. I don't think it goes to extra time and penalties or anything like that at this stage. I'm pretty sure it is based on away goals, and with Atletico Madrid keeping a clean sheet at home, I think they can, if they can just get a goal, even if Juventus score 3, Atletico Madrid would go through on away goals with a 3-3 aggregate. I hope that's how it works, because otherwise another prediction of mine later on is also thrown out of the window. But yeah, the next game, Manchester City against Schalke. Obviously, Schalke providing City a bit of a first half scare in the first leg, but I think City are going to win this one fairly comfortably. I'm going to go with a 4-1 win to Manchester City, giving them a 7-3 aggregate over Schalke, which is, you know, it's not terrible from Schalke, but obviously no one expects them to go through, and I just can't see it happening. So I'm going to go with a City win. City to progress through, looking like one of the hot favourites to win the tournament. Now, Barcelona against Lyon at the Nou Camp. This is going to be a different story. Obviously, Lyon, they do in a way have an advantage in the sense that if it's a score draw, they go through. And if it's a 0-0, I don't know how it's decided because there are no away goals. Maybe there are extra time and penalties as far as that's concerned. I honestly don't know how it's decided if this game were to end 0-0. I think Lyon are a really good team. I think they're playing very, very well. It's just Barcelona is not the team to just surprise with a result at this stage in the Champions League. They are so good, you know, Barcelona, especially in Europe, and I'm just going to go with a 3-1 win to Barcelona. I do think Lyon are capable of scoring, but I do not think they're capable of progressing past Barcelona, playing away with no advantage on aggregate. So I do think it's going to be a Barcelona 3-1 win. The final game is Bayern Munich against Liverpool, and I tipped them to draw 1-1 in the first game, and they actually drew 0-0. I had a few people in the comments, obviously most of the comments on the previous Champions League video were people raging at me saying that I thought Man United would lose at Old Trafford, but there were a couple of comments of people saying that Liverpool were going to win easily as well, and it did turn out to be a draw. And I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to go for the same prediction I did in the first leg. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, sending Liverpool through on away goals with a 1-1 aggregate. Again, that would be a really cool prediction to get right. I think, given the performance I saw at Anfield as well, Bayern Munich unable to score, Liverpool unable to score, I think 1-1 was a reasonable prediction, and I see no reasons to why it shouldn't go that way again. Bayern Munich, they should score. They're at home, and I think Liverpool, it's a European night. They basically have to score, so I think they'll actually be able to find a way as well. And obviously, recently, they've started to pick up form going forward again. So I think I think Liverpool are going to progress. I think they are. I think obviously the most certain English team to progress is Man City. Then I'd probably give it to Tottenham, then Liverpool, and I've written Man United off, to be honest. And I think most fans have as well. So, yeah, that would leave a quarterfinal of Tottenham, Real Madrid, Roma, PSG, Atletico Madrid, Man City, Barcelona, and Liverpool. That'd be a really interesting mix, and a team like Tottenham, if they play well on the night, you know, like they could go far. Semi-final, maybe? I don't know. Maybe you heard it here first. Semi-final Tottenham, bow out to like Real Madrid or something, and then Man City to win the whole thing. I'm just saying, imagine. You heard it here. So that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like on it and subscribe. Turn on the bell so you don't miss a single upload. The next upload on the channel is going to be the Europa League round of 16 fixtures. First leg, obviously featuring teams, you know, from the Premier League, Arsenal and Chelsea, and some other big names in there. Of course, we have got Inter Milan from the Champions League, Napoli looking very good, Valencia from the Champions League, Eintracht Frankfurt looking very good, and of course Benfica from the Champions League, those dropouts from third place in the group stages. So that is going to do it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.